Welcome everyone to Wednesday Night Link Up. Could all use more of that. Don Oscar.
Yocani, don Oscar Manuel Miro-Quesada Solevo el tercero, también conocido como Río Profundo y Oso Bailador. I offer this aspersion of serenity into your lives this good evening. Y así sea, y así será. With much love.
Ay, Don Oscar. Thank you. So, if you haven't had an opportunity yet, I'd highly recommend offering yourself a little limpia, a little cleansing. You can do that with agua de Florida, Florida water, like so. You clap 3 times and inhale in through the nose 3 times. Oh, and you know, my good brother Soren, who's a first-timer here, is bringing surprises. Excellent, brother. Excellent. Glad to see you here. So that agua de Florida with intention is brought in through the nose, and on the out breath it's also sent into our center, and with that intention of cleansing ourselves, clearing out hucha, heavy energy, which is sent with intention into Pachamama, into Mother Earth, and she is fed by that. Or you could always use a little smoke if you like. I've got a little Palo Santo here, and I've got some incense burning in the background. And I'm just going to offer just a little more smoke. I started out with a little for my mesa and for all of us. And I'm just going to add a little bit more to my altar mayor, my mesa here. And then I'm going to just do a little on the screen. And blow it into your pokpo, your energy field. With love, with love. That's what matters most. All right, beloveds. Oh. And if you have a rattle, you can always rattle. If you have a mesa, you can feed your mesa with the rattle. That's also a way to get the energy moving and waking up. All right. Now we're going to go right into opening the mesa after briefly connecting with Pachamama. So whether you are sitting with your legs crossed, or you're sitting in a chair, or what have you, go ahead and just take a moment to empty your lungs, dropping hucha, dense energy. Energy of resistance is another way to look at it, into the earth or into your mesa, into Pachamama through the center of your mesa. If you don't have a mesa, you can look at Don Oscar's mesa on his portion of the screen. If you don't know who Don Oscar is, you're going to get to know him really well. But he's the very handsome gentleman with the white hair and the really gorgeous lights in the background. Or you can just send it into the screen toward me. It'll be going into my mesa here. All right, so let's start with 3 cleansing breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth, to get nice and grounded and offering that hucha into Pachamama. Here we go. Hold it in for just a moment and then release out through the mouth. Breathing in again. Crystallizing in the heart for a moment, and then with the intention of opening up your energy field, your popo, and sending that into the earth, that hucha. And one more time. Now just send a grounding cord, a root, a sense of connection from your pelvic floor and or down through the soles of your feet, or if you're sitting cross-legged, down through perhaps your thighs or your hips, deep into the earth with an ease and grace, where Pachamama, Mother Earth, receives these gentle corkscrews of questing extensions of yourself, down, 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 however deep they feel inclined to go. And as you do so, just breathe in and out through the nose, with the tip of your tongue lightly resting up behind your top front teeth, which helps allow an easier flow of energy up into your head and down through your spine. And with each succession of breath in and out, we go deeper and deeper, however far you feel called to go. You may go all the way to the center of Pachamama, perhaps. And once you have reached that point, of however deep you feel called to be, then just breathe in and out through the nose on a 7-count cycle. Let's do that 3 times. We'll breathe in, and let's retain for 7 counts, and then let's breathe out for 7. And every time we breathe in and we breathe out, the energy of Pachamama, Kausai, it's a beautiful, warm, you may experience even as a red, kind of serpentine energy, flowing up through those roots, which may then come up through your feet, your pelvic floor, your legs, all the way up through that area known as the lower dantian, or the Wilco Koshko, the sacred stomach in the Peruvian traditions, and then all the way up eventually to your heart, your Hatun Sonko. And once it reaches that area, on the next out breath, you can just send it out through your torso and down into the earth in beautiful offering, in gratitude, in Aini, as we say, to Pachamama, a sacred embrace with her and her children, which we also are. So let's start that now. Let's do 3 cycles, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Here we go. Retaining, if you can, for 7. And then on the out breath, sending it further up into you. Up through that area of your lower abdomen, up through your solar plexus, up into your heart. And then breathing in again. Crystallizing that on a retaining of the breath, letting that Kausai, that energy of Mother Earth, being drawn even further up into our body, into our torso, into our heart, and then on the out breath, out from the heart, letting it light up with warm red light. And into Mother Earth. And one more breath cycle. Here we go. Retaining in the heart and the Hatun Sonko with gratitude, with curiosity, with graciousness, and then breathing out from your heart, letting it emanate throughout your torso, down through your legs and your pelvic floor, and into your mesa, if you have one, and into Mother Earth. And then let's let our crown become more available in our awareness, that it goes beyond our physical cranium. You could even bring a hand up if it helps you, but that's up to you. Just feeling a kind of sponginess or a waking up in that space above your head. And then let us call down the light of the stars to connect with the above. This light, this energy is known as Kan-Chai, as many of you know very well. It may feel a little cooler, a little finer than Kausai from below. It may feel more like a white light rather than a red light. Let us draw it in from above. It may come from any origin point. It may come from a sphere or a gateway or a star or what have you. And it's going to come down into our cranium and all around our energy field and throughout it. We call that our Pokpo. And it's going to draw down through our head and down into our heart, and then further down to the pelvis and down into the earth. Let's do 3 cycles of 10-count breath. We'll breathe in for 10, we'll retain for 10, and we'll breathe out for 10, all through the nose. And when we breathe out for 10, it's going to filter down even further, down through our body and all throughout our popa, our energy field. So let's start that with a deep cleansing breath to empty our lungs and let more hoochie into Mother Earth. And then we'll start with this 10-10-10 breath for 3 breath cycles. Here we go. Now breathing in for 10 from above, down through the crown, through the nose. Here we go. And then retain, allowing that beautiful saiwa, that pillar of light, to come down through our pineal gland in the center, near the center back of our head, and then down through our pituitary, down through our face, up through our jaw, the back of our head, and down through our neck, and toward our heart and across our shoulders, and breathing out on a 10 count. Breathing in. Retaining and allowing that iris, that opening of our crown, that 1,000-petaled lotus, to blossom and open even further to this concha that keeps flowing down with an ever-widening pillar of light down through our cranium, down into our heart, our Hatan Sanko, down through our shoulders and arms, and breathing out as it flows into our hands and down through our abdomen, down the front and back of us and all around us, and down into our pelvic floor. And breathing in one last time. And as we retain, allow this sense of your skeleton crystallizing like beautiful quartz crystal. And your heart, as this concha is passing through with ever increasing intensity, the blood that flows out on the arterial flow, carrying this concha throughout your whole self, and on the out breath, sending this concha down through your legs, down through your knees, down through your lower legs, through your feet, through your pelvic floor, and into the earth, so that you become even more of a saiwa of light, a beautiful pillar. Continue just to breathe as naturally you may through your nose, and this sense of this opening becoming even wider as this concha pours down into Mother Earth through you, as wide as your shoulders, or maybe wider. It could pour down through your mesa as well. You could even imagine or experience yourself as floating above your mesa in miniature, and it's floating, coming down through you. And for those of you who don't know what a mesa is, it's a sacred altar space of ancient Peruvian lineage and of the Pachacuri Mesa tradition. And if you have an apacheta, if you have a stone cairn, an altar nearby or in your yard or what have you, or a sacred mountain, you can allow this sense of that saiwa of concha to flow down through you and into that sacred altar or mountain peak, that apu, as they call it in Peru, sacred star being that is correlated in the presence of the majestic peaks of our Earth's mountains. And this is fed in turn by Pachamama responding in kind with her Kausai from below, which you already connected with. It's coming up into your heart space. And these two lights from above and below, white light from above and red light from below, meeting in your hearts, and allow that sense of swelling presence of that pinkish combination of energy, which we call Sami, to bring your hands to float up with your palms more or less facing the center of your mesa. And if you don't have a mesa, you can just imagine a sacred focus in front of you, or the earth in front of you. Or you could also look and see Don Oscar's mesa there, his altar mayor. And allow for this sense of the light of concha to flow down through your head, through your shoulders, and down through your hands into that center point of your misarumi, the central arte, or sacred medicine piece, or pieces of your mesa, and into Mother Earth. Or to come right down through you into Pachamama. Now we're going to open our mesas, beloveds. And so I'm going to lead that. We're going to intone Pachamama 3 times together, the sacred name of Mother Earth in this tradition. So let's start with a deep cleansing breath to empty our lungs, and then we'll intone Pachamama together. Here we go. Breathing in. Pachamama. 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 Ayo Pachamama, dear Mother Earth, Sophia Gaia, thank you for supporting us. Thank you for sustaining us. Thank you for including us among your vast multitudes of children. For we are of you and we are your children as well. And we thank you. Thank you also, Aipa Earth, and Amaru, Boa Anaconda, the sacred serpentine tutelary guides of the south, and the Tirokuna, the watchers, the first of the categories, the guardians of Aini. We honor you all, and so many more. Ayo. Then we bring our attention over to the left side of the mesa, which would be our relative west. Mama Kia, Grandmother Moon. Let us intone together. Breathing in, and then breathing out to release, empty the air from our lungs, and Hucha into Mother Earth. And then we'll intone Mama Kia 3 times. Here we go. Breathing in for Pachamama, for Mama Kia. Mama Kia. Mama Kia. Mama Kia. Ayo Mama Kia, Grandmother Moon, the Divine Feminine, the West. May you purify us, beloved Mother. Ayo, Dolphin and Whale, Chihuahua, the sacred swimmers, and those that go deep, such as the bear. Those who help us, the guardians of Aini, the Aoki-kun and the nature spirits, their emotional well-being, and Unu, sacred waters in all their forms. Ayo. Now our attention continues on its clockwise journey around the mesa to the north, the side opposite from where we sit, or at least your relative north, which is also in certain ways the above. Ahayo, Miro-Quesada. Let us start with a deep cleansing breath to empty the air from our lungs, and then we'll breathe in together and intone Miro-Quesada 3 times, beloveds. Let us begin. Breathing in for Miro-Quesada. 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 Creator, creatrix, God, goddess, great originating mystery, source. Ayo, the above, may you inspire us. Ayo, Kuntur, condor, and Aguila, eagle, the winged ones, the tutelary guides of the north. Thank you for your serenity, for your perspective, your light-hearted purity. Hayo Waira, wind, spirit. Hayo also the Malki Kun and the guardians of Aini of the north, the great tree beings who bless us with hierophany, with connection of spirit. Our exemplars, our elders. And now to the right, the east, Inti, grandfather, son. Let's start with a nice cleansing breath to empty our lungs once again, and then we'll breathe in together and intone Inti 3 times. Here we go. Breathing in for Inti. Grandfather's son, the divine masculine, sacred flame, Nina. Ayo, the tutelary guides of the east, beloved Otorongo, jaguar, Ipuma, and the 4-leggeds, the great cats. Ayo, beloveds. Ayo, the gift of Yachai, of higher mind, of psychological well-being, and of the guardians of Aini of the east, the Machula Aulanchis, the benevolent old ones, the bodhisattvas, shall we say, of this lineage, and our healed ancestors in all forms. Ayo, beloved ones, and ayo for your gifts of Yachai. And now we come finally spiraling to the sacred center, Kuichi, sacred rainbow, center of the soul, in the body corresponding very much to the solar plexus area. Let us start with a cleansing breath, and then we will intone Kuichi 3 times, which is a little higher pitch. Here we go. And for my sisters, one more time. Kuichi, sacred rainbow, the soul, Ayo, the tutelary guides of the center, sacred camelids of this tradition, Yama, Yapaka, who embody service in all forms, who give of their whole selves in service, much as the bison did for the people of the plains in Turtle Island, North America, in ages past, and who may again, perhaps. Yama alpaca, who thrive in all altitudes of the Andes. Thank you for your tutelage, for your guidance. May you see yourselves in our lives. Hayo also, the guardians of Ani at the center, the Apukuna, the sacred mountain lords, who bless us in Aini with protection and with efficacy of our rituals to be true medicine, magic, ceremony indeed. Ayo. And now, beloveds, if you haven't already lit your East candle, for those of you who have a mesa, feel free to do so now. I'm going to do that as well. That is, if I can get my lighter to work. There we are. And for those of you who don't have a mesa, know that candles have been lit. You are supported in your presence by your sisters and brothers as you support them by your presence. Bless you. Now, beloveds, let us continue on with our healing on a global scale. That is the central intention of Winston Linka. And we are here together, united in this eternal now, with all the Mesa carriers, past and future and present throughout the world, and all those of healing, good heart, all those who seek to be in good way with Mother Earth, and our star relatives. Allow for your crown to continue to open ye still further, even as the roots that grow down through your pelvic floor, through your feet or your legs, as they sprout even more abundantly into Pachamama. Allow this opening of your crown into the direction of the heavens. Welcome in even more abounding Kanshai, the healing light of the stars, pouring down through your crown and all around you, throughout all the layers of your popo. Sense and feel this beautiful light coming down through your cranium, purifying anything with ease and grace that is sitting in the way of harmony, of openness, of mild and gentle curiosity and release, allowing for this clearing of Hucha to go even further down to an even greater extent, down through your neck, across your shoulders, down your arms, down through your hands, and into the center of your mesa, or into Pachamama if you don't have a mesa in front of you, or through the screen into the mesa of Donosca. Down further as well. Let this Kanchai flow down through your Hatun Sonko, your heart, down through the chalice of your pelvis, down through your pelvic floor and your legs, into Pachamama, and that your mesa and you may become even a greater Saiwa, a pillar of light. Sense and imagine this pillar coming down through each mesa carrier. Sense it coming down through your heart, through your hands, and as it comes into your misarumi, or the imagined point of contact, for those who may not have the physical misarumi in front of them, imagine Mother Earth, imagine Gaia Pachamama there, receiving this Kanchai, coming through you without any need to modulate or control it. You are a hollow bone, Allow, just allow, keep allowing with that open-hearted love of service, and the conchai will do the rest, beloveds. Let it flow through you even more strongly like a fire hose, or perhaps a generously flowing stream, or some other metaphor that resonates for you. And imagine this light cascading down into the tops of the apus, the sacred mountains, the mountains anywhere in the world that occur to you. And this includes, of course, our 12 sacred lineage apus surrounding the sacred valley in Peru, in the vicinity of Cusco. Ayo apu, ausangate, ayo apu saukantai, ayo apu pachatusan, ayo apu Guanacauri, ayo apu Picol, ayo apu Imani, ayo apu Machu Picchu, ayo apu Veronica, ayo apu Petusarai, Sawasarai, ahayo apu Kol Kepunku, ahayo apu Wircochan, ahayo apu Pumasillo, and all the other beloved apus, any that occur to you, apu Huascaran, apu Shasta, apu Everest, apu Pikes Peak, apu Stone Mountain, and the list goes on and on. And allow that concha to flow down through those sacred peaks, any and all that come to your mind, even those that you don't have a name for. For they will know you, and let it flow down through the sacred streams and glaciers and into the hills and the forests and the swamps and the fields below, coursing across the plains, into the deserts, into the vast expanses of tundra and grassland, into the burned areas, into the areas that have been afflicted by war and toxicity, into the areas that have been gently cared for and preserved, into the areas of deforestation and those that are yet lush, and also into the great oceans, Mamacocha, in all her manifestations, and all the great lakes, and the glaciers and the poles, and let them all receive this endlessly flowing light of Kanchai coming through your beautiful, ever-opening heart and your hands, beloveds. And then let your attention be guided to a specific place within or upon the face of Pachamama Gaia that calls to you, that is in particular need, it may seem, for further healing intention. Wherever that may be, perhaps it is within the middle of the Pacific where all the plastic is congealed, or maybe it's in an area that is not so publicly talked about, or maybe an area that has been ravaged by fire or other problems. Let your attention go there, beloveds, wherever it is. And now allow for this Kanchai to flow even more abundantly down through the layers of the hemisphere and the biosphere. And also not only into that area, but deep below it and into the core of Pachamama. And as it flows through your heart, allow for that sense of gratitude to continue to open, joy. It could even be a sense of heartache, but it is all born of love, beloveds. Allow it to continue to flow and to address the needs undirected by your smaller frontal mind, and trust in the higher wisdom to come through in helping to administer so this Kanchai is received in unmitigated abundance by this area of Pachamama. And now, continue in this flow of Kanchai through you, allowing yourself to open further as a hollow bone in gratitude. And let some being come to your mind's eye. It could be someone in need of healing. It could be someone in your family. It could be a human of another sort. Maybe someone with whom you even have a difficulty. Maybe it's yourself. Perhaps it's an animal friend, a four-legged, or some other being or beings. And you can say the name of this being or these beings out loud as this contract comes through you into the mesa, and in so doing, it also is allowing an awakening of your purania, if you have one, your animal ally, healing medicine piece. And you can either intend your purania to awaken, and you can even call its name if it has one, or you could even physically pick it up in your mind's eye or with your physical hands. And you could awaken it with agua de Florida or a kiss or just a little whisper of gratitude, and call upon the animal healing ally that wishes to come forth. There may be a primary one that assists you often, or there may be others that appear or come to you at this time. And send them forth with gratitude to assist this being, even if it's yourself. And you could imagine them hovering over the center of the mesa, or in any other way that occurs to your mind's eye, for it is the gateway to all of these many realms, these realms of shamanic world aliveness. Continue in this path, and as I rattle in support, you may rattle if you wish, or you may do this in silence. And I do encourage you to feel free to call out the names of those who you're seeking healing for. Because of limited time, I'm not going to unmute you, but I invite you to call out their names nonetheless if you feel so called. See them surrounded in loving light and discover what else may occur for their healing without the need to direct it, beloved. Ahio. Ompoi. 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 Good medicine. Good medicine. Good medicine be upon you, beloved. Compassion, tenderness of heart, unconditional love. Beloved, gradually, gently allow for your animal allies to continue in their work unobserved or to return. If you have your purania in hand at your own speed, your own pace, you can replace that if you haven't already in its spot north of your Pachamama stone, if you have one. And for those who don't have such artes, don't have a mesa, just know that all this is very attainable. It's waiting for you. It's drawn you here, beloveds. For you are the mesa, and the mesa is within you. Gradually allow for that very open channel of your crown and also down into Pachamama to become less and less open so that you are more contained and coming back further into your physical body. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes if you like. You can rub your hands together. You can take a few deep breaths if you like. And now, coming back to the here, on the chair or on the cushion. Let's close our mesas tonight, sisters and brothers. But first, let's take the opportunity to take our right hand, stretch out our arm, and take a big, wide, sweeping, generous scoop of this good humpy, this good medicine across our mesa and across Don Oscar's altar mayor, and bring that to our heart, our hatun sanko. And then with our left hand, likewise, across Don Oscar's mesa, across our mesa if we have one, and bring that humpy to our Wilko Koshko, which is basically behind our navel. So left hand on navel, right hand on heart. And then let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose, retain, and when you're ready, breathe out through the nose into your heart Hatun Sanko, and down into your Wilko Koshko, down behind your navel there. Here we go. Crystallize, and when you're ready, send it into those 2 energy points in gratitude. Beautiful. Now with our arms out in front, with our palms floating up, facing the Misa Rumi of our Mesa, or the center of our Mesa, or the imagined one, we're going to close the Mesa now, beloveds. So we're going to intone each of those 5 directions 1 time each. Let's start with a deep cleansing breath, and then we'll just go right into each of the 5. Pachamama will be the first, just to remind those who are new to this. Here we go. Breathing out. Breathing in for Pachamama. Pachamama. Breathing in for Mama Kia. Mama Kia. Breathing in for Miro-Quesada. Miro-Quesada. Breathing in for Inti. And finally, Kuichi. And now with our arms out, straight, with our palms facing each other, forming a kind of a V if you were looking down upon you, we're going to clap our hands on the count of 3, and on that clap, we're then going to blow up into the heavens the Hanakpacha, the upper realms, in Aini, in sacred reciprocity, and then take a big breath and blow down into our mesa to blow all this medicine into our mesa. And again, if you don't have a mesa yet, it's going into you, sisters and brothers. So I'm just going to say the following, and you can repeat after me if you like. Kanchaipi, Munaipi, Muyupi, Wilkatixipi, Nyokanchis Kepaipi, Wanyai Kunan Kuichi, Hinaya. 1, 2, 3. Hinaya. Hey!